morning. My name's Kirsten. This is the Pippernets podcast. Welcome to another week of vlogmas starting on December 15th. I'm at another coffee shop knitting another gnome, and then we're going to go do some Christmas shopping at London Drugs because London Drugs has everything you could possibly need, and I went up and down every single aisle. I also foolishly thought that I could get away with just a hand basket, and then I had to go back for a cart. I for sure wasn't about to vlog and talk while I was at the store. I am not at that level. But would you like to see a haul from London Drugs? Most of it is for the kids, for stocking stuffers. Not all of it is. For example, I've been watching a lot of Sandy by the Lakeside. I had never watched her before, but I've been watching all of her vlogmases. She's so delightful. She had an electric egg cooker, and I was like, I need that. And so London Drugs has an electric egg cooker. Bought one of those. Also, I bought an air popper. We have a like stovetop one that you turn, and it makes, I don't know if I'm not doing it right or what. It makes the whole house smell like oil, and I don't love it. So I used to have an air popper that didn't work super good. We're gonna try this out. My kids love popcorn. I love popcorn. London Drugs has this. Okay, Pez candy, of course. Mystery Squishamallows. Yes. Some sort of slime, or no, I think it's kinetic sand. Yes. Everything's in doubles. Lindt chocolate, which were very expensive. This was like $20. I think the boys like those. For my husband, Stroop waffles and a Toblerone. Or little mystery squishy toys. Nerds. Oh, also for my husband. Roasted cash. Oh my gosh, there is a spelling mistake on this bag. That's so bad. Roasted cashews seasoned with gingerbread spice. That's so embarrassing. That's too bad. This is like a small business in Canada. Anyways, gingerbread spiced cashews. Mentos. Socks for my husband, obviously. Gum. Oh, and chocolate letters for their names. And, oh yeah, and Phase 10, which I probably could have just stolen from my parents' house. I think that my younger son will enjoy this. So we used to play this a lot when I was a kid. I feel like that. I bought him another game already. Just downstairs in my knitting room. I've been hiding things around the house. Then also, I bought a laundry basket, a collapsible laundry basket. Because I am forever needing more laundry baskets. So there's more stuff in here, but like, you don't probably need to see the kind of toothpaste that I buy. But I will show you this. Should I? I will. Bought some hair dye. I have started a tradition for myself where I dye my hair during Beth's week. Yeah, I guess I've done it every year. It's not been that many years. So I did it the first year, and then the second year, and now this will be my third year. Previously, I have done blue. Previously, I had long hair because I had been growing out my hair all that time, and so I just like did the like bottom half of my hair blue. I didn't bleach at first. I just like over dyed it, and I had never dyed my hair before, and I just never did. I didn't know how it worked when I was a teenager and all my friends were starting to dye their hair. How do you dye hair that's brown? I don't know. It's not something that I have like ever done. And so then the first time I dyed my hair blue. And very importantly, I will link to the song called Blue Hair that inspired that I was obsessed with when I was a teenager and like early university days. And it's like a musical theater song, and I love it. So that's why it had to be blue. And the first year I was like at Sally Beauty trying to find blue hair dye, and the kind person who was helping me kept saying like, oh, like if you're not going to bleach it, like if you over dyed it purple, like it would show up better. And I was like, no, it has to be blue. And it was like, it was this like, it was a grief thing for me, right? It's like one of my lessons I've been kind of trying to embrace for myself is just like being able to do the things I want to do and being able to like know what it is that I want, and then like being able to pursue that. And anyway, so this was like, it was kind of a frivolous manifestation of that. Like obviously there's been big things in my life that have been very impacted by that, and of me just kind of like trying to like come into myself a little bit more. But one of those things was that I dyed my hair blue for Beth. And so anyways, it lasted for like a couple weeks. 0 people noticed. I pointed it out to a few people. It was just a thing for me, and so it was fine. But yeah. Anyways, this year I'm gonna do the purple. So I have bought black cherry. Oh yeah, and the blue was like a semi-permanent dye. This is permanent dye, and so, and now I have short hair. I'm not just gonna like dye the bottom half of my hair. I'm gonna dye my whole hair, and so we will see. We'll see how that looks. I may or may not have purplish hair in the new year for approximately 8 weeks until it fades. So 8 weeks of vibrant color, even on dark bases. So yeah, we'll see about that. Otherwise, like toothpaste, deodorant. Oh, I forgot. No, I did get it. Oh yeah, I needed toothpaste for my kids. I got that. So successful outing. I had planned to do some more errands, but I wasn't feeling good, and my brain was like, you have to go home and lie down right now. And so I did that. And then I did some puzzle and watched some vlogmas, got quite a bit of puzzle done actually. And then I was like, I should eat some food. I stood in front of my fridge. I opened my fridge. I stared at my food. I closed my fridge. So I will get some food. Nothing was right. So I am going to do some more work on my gnome, and maybe I should make hard-boiled eggs and test out my new egg cooker. That might be the motivation that I need to actually prepare myself some food. I could have eggs and popcorn. Let's go make some eggs. Okay, I saw Sandy do that. She like poked a hole in it. Do I want soft-boiled or hard-boiled eggs? I want soft-boiled eggs and toast. Delicious. Do not lock the lid while in use. Okay. Look at that beautiful sunshine coming into my kitchen. Does that make my egg cooking adventure more aesthetic? I'm gonna say that worked pretty good. Also, I successfully tricked myself into making myself food and a London fog. Lunch is a hard meal for me. I often do not eat a very good meal for lunch. Or I skip lunch, and then I eat when I pick up the kids from school, and then I'm just like a very grumpy mom because I needed to eat 2.5 hours before then. But trying to like decide what to make and then to actually make it is often hard for me. So also, just obviously you can make eggs in a pot. I just don't often do that because I feel like I always cook them poorly. It's like they're overcooked. It's like I want a soft-boiled egg and then I overcook it. I want a hard-boiled egg and then it's undercooked. I want a hard-boiled egg and then it's overcooked. It's like that's the only option is like having a poorly cooked egg when I just boil eggs. This is a perfectly cooked egg. I got some good gnome knitting done this morning at the coffee shop. So that was good. There is his hat. He has a very tall hat and a very small little body, and so hopefully, like, I think the hat will be what takes the longest part because I have to finish them because they need to be gifted this week. I did finish the other little project that I had been working on last week that I was being mysterious about because it was for my mom. So I knit her a little snowman. She has quite a snowman collection. I figured she needed another one, obviously. And I had I had made a snowman in some sort of like arts and crafts thing when I was a kid. And it is probably 25 years old. And my mom faithfully puts it out every year. And so I was thinking like, oh, now you can add this one, you know, next to it. And then she like immediately said that when I gave her the new one. So I told her to send me a picture of the two snowmen side by side. So it was cute little like color work. It looks like he has a little color work sweater on. Anyways, that's what I was working on last week. We had quite a busy weekend. Spent Saturday doing a bunch of tidying up around the house. And then my husband's company Christmas party was Saturday evening. And my brother and sister-in-law happened to be in town. And so that worked out well because they looked after the kids. And we went to the party. Sunday was a pretty quiet day then. But my parents were in town. And so then they took the boys in the afternoon to like a Christmas lights kind of event. So that was nice. And then Tom and I went out for supper with my parents last night without the kids, and so we went out for quite a nice meal, which was quite lovely. And yeah, but it was just busy. It was a much more social weekend than I'm used to. The company Christmas party was like quite large. Yeah, we like got all fancied up for that, which was kind of fun. There wasn't a lot of knitting that happened this weekend because we're just busy doing other stuff. And so the kids have one more week of school here, and then my husband just has a couple more days of work, and then he'll be off. We're anticipating Friday coming up, which is Beth's birthday. I don't know, just kind of preparing for that, whatever way that we can. Tom and I usually go out for brunch to our favorite brunch spot for Beth's birthday. And in the past I've ordered like a cake and stuff, and we had a nice little like kind of birthday cake for her. But my boys don't eat cake. So then I would feel sad because then they weren't eating Beth's birthday cake. And so I think I just need to like set myself up for success this year and maybe make some birthday cookies or birthday Rice Krispie squares or something, so that the boys will eat them, because they just don't really like cake, which whatever. So anyways, I'm trying to just take it easy this week. Anyways, I haven't been knitting that much, and so I will focus on getting this gnome done, and then who knows what. I was literally out the door to go pick up my kids from school, and then I remembered I gotta hide the laundry basket full of stocking stuffers before I bring them into the house, and they see them immediately.
On the doorknob.
Uh-oh.
I think I was talking to Birdie, because then she backed up.
Okay, it is now Tuesday afternoon. You will have seen I made use of my egg cooker again. Had a yummy breakfast. Did some more puzzle and finished a gnome hat. I think that it's going okay. I did shorten it just a touch because as the cables were decreasing at the top, it's starting to look a little bit wonky. It's okay. So anyways, I'm going to pick up for the body for that right now. I just got back from doing my errands that I couldn't finish yesterday, including buying cat food, and the cats were thrilled. I got home. I was going to like set up my camera so that I could see them like come running when I fill out the food bowl again because we were like out. They had no kibble left. But like the moment I came in the house with the food, Birdie was like there ready. So they missed their breakfast this morning. They're fine. Anyways, but yeah, so then I did the rest of my errands and got some more Christmas gifts and whatever. But then I also found this bag at Winners that is some sort of fake leather. Polyurethane, yes. But it has like, it's nice and open and it's pretty loose and it has a magnetic closure. And then it came with another little like smaller bag inside. And so I'm going to turn it into a project bag because why not? It was on sale. So great. I've got knit night tonight. I'm going to bring that instead of, I usually bring this and have like 4 projects in it. I don't usually bring 4 to knit night, but at least 2. So I'm going to bring the other one. Yeah, I'm feeling tired. Went to bed pretty late last night, for no particular reason. And I was going to bring you along while I did my errands, but honestly, it just was not that fun. Like, Winners was loud and the alarm kept going off at the door for no apparent reason, and it was busy, and I was like, I gotta get out of here. I almost bailed. Like, I had like 3 things in my cart, but I was like, I almost bailed because it was just a lot. And also, okay, hear me out. Let me know what you think the like shopping etiquette is. Let's say you're going down an aisle with your cart, then you see another person with their cart. Do you continue going down that aisle? Like, it's like, you know, in like the clothing racks where there's like no space. You can maybe kind of fit 2 carts past each other if you like push into the clothes. But I don't go down the aisle. I turn around and go down a different aisle and like make my way back there. Or let's say you're standing looking at the shelf. My cart is tucked to the side so as to not be in people's way. I'm looking at the shelf of stuff right here. Somebody else wants to come and look at that same shelf. And so then they just like come and look at the same shelf as me. And it's like, I would never, like, I would veer away and make my way back there once they've moved. I would never like come and like push into this person's space to come and look at the same thing on the shelf. Like, I would never do that. So that was happening a lot to me today, is that people were just like, oh, I have to look at that exact same thing at this exact same time right now. And then I was like, oh my God. So the one time I was like, no, like, this is literally the thing I need, but I need to look at it better. Like, and so I stayed and like looked at the thing. But like, I leave then. Like, if they're like pushing into my space, like, I leave. Oh, which I should probably not do, but like, I'm uncomfortable. Like, give me literally 30 seconds and I will be on my way. But like, why do you need to come and like make me like make space for you? I don't know. It's weird. It's not like I'm standing scrolling on my phone in the way, right? Like, I'm actively looking at the thing. Anyways, whatever. So. Oh yeah, and there was loud Christmas music playing. And so then I had All I Want for Christmas Is You playing, just like the one line over and over and over again in my head as I was driving home. It was like, oh, I just like, I need home and to be quiet and like do some knitting. And yeah, probably I will sit and watch some YouTube, but that might even be too like overstimulating for me right now. So let's keep working on this. Just a reminder, here's what I'm making. You know what? I am going to try using my double pointed again. Something I have found, which maybe will still happen with the double pointed needles, but doing small fiddly work, like working the cables and stuff on here, and then also on a small circumference and at a small needle gauge. However, I was holding my needle, I was getting like a sore spot. Oh, which finger was it? I think it was my ring finger. Like where I was like pushing the needle in there. It was weird. So I like had to take a break the other day because it was like hurting my hand. So I'm going to try picking up with my double pointed because maybe that's just my new thing now. looks like a strawberry. Hopefully it won't look like a strawberry when it's the proper direction, but. Right there on my fingers where it's pushing. So it is still with these, but not as bad as it was with my magic loop. I probably can't like grip these as tight because they're kind of bendy versus like on the metal needles, right? But it felt almost like you know, some people advance the stitches forward by like pushing with their fingertip, and that can cause like nerve damage from that like repetitive pressure or whatever. That's what it felt like it was doing on that part of my finger. Like it was like going numb from where it was pushing on that spot. And so like that was weird. So I do think it's just like the tiny little needles and a tight gauge and small circumference. It's like all of these things were like adding to this kind of like, I don't know. I was just gripping too tight or something. So hopefully this is better. Alrighty. There is the body of the gnome. And I'm actually doing a few less rounds than I'm supposed to, but I decided that he was big enough. And it says, weave in the ends from the beginning of the body, block Nicole because cables love a chance to settle into their purpose. And so I'm going to give this a good steam block, and I'm going to pin out the hat just a touch to spread out those cables a little bit. Okay, I've got the kids from school. They're chilling. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I found a skein of yarn the other day when I was tidying up. That is destined to become a hat, and I'm wondering if that would be a good project to bring tonight for knit night. Obviously, I have to cast on something new. Why would I do that? I'm gonna find it. I'm almost there. So I'm gonna do the classic ribbed beanie classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho. I have never made one. And normally I always do German twisted cast on for like pretty much everything. But I recently saw a video by Patty Lyons showing how to do regular long tail cast on and German twisted cast on in pattern. And so I'm trying that out. I just looked up the video again, and I am alternating because it's a 1x1 hat, so I'm alternating doing it like a knit wise cast on and then a purl wise cast on. So we'll see if it is worth it. It's a little bit awkward, but not too bad. Doesn't look dramatically different. It's hard to tell. I have maybe an inch done, and now it's time for supper. So this yarn is very lovely. It is alpaca merino yak, and it's soft and squishy, and I think we'll make a really nice hat. So apparently this is turning into a week in the life vlog. Today's Thursday now. Yesterday was pretty much a wash. It was a big grief day. And yeah, there was just a lot of grief yesterday. So yesterday was my husband's first day off for Christmas break, and so we were gonna go out for brunch. But then my younger son was homesick, and so we just had a quiet day at home, which probably ended up being good because then I was I was dealing with some stuff, and it was just triggering some grief, and it needed to get out, you know. So anyways, had a good sleep last night. My son was feeling better, like pretty much like halfway through the day yesterday he was better, But anyway, so he went back to school today. And so, yeah, Tom and I went out for brunch this morning to our favorite place. That's kind of been our, like, Beth's birthday brunch kind of thing that we do. And then we had some errands to run. We went to our favorite tea store. I had some returns to do that I, like, tricked myself into doing by doing with him. I actually got them done. One of them was like, I was almost at the last day that I could possibly return it. But I did. And so that was good. And one of the things I forgot one of our errands. I'll have to go out later and do that. But I'd signed up for like a little, like a maker's gift exchange kind of thing this year. And I have to get my gift out to my person. And so I wanted to get them some tea. And so that was one of the things I got. We went to, it's called Acquired Taste Tea. And so I bought her River Valley blend, which Edmonton is known for the River Valley. So I thought that was apropos. And then I'm going to get her some little fabric tag. Like, you know, if you like sewed something and you put it on the back of your make that says be made or whatever. So there's some really cute ones that I wanted to get specifically at this one place that I forgot. So I'll maybe go do that this afternoon. I also need to write some cards for the teachers. I finished the gnomes. So here's this one is Nicole, I believe is what her name was. And so, yeah, I finished this up yesterday. Yeah, grief's weird, you know? I was knitting away on this, watching a vlogmas, just burst into tears. And so, yeah, it's fine. I had been knitting the bottom of this and put some weighted beads in the bottom. And then when I finished it, I tried to stand it up. It wouldn't stand. And so I had to rip out the bottom, put in a lot more of the weighted beads, and then now it stands up pretty good. And so I'm going to write little tags for them because in the book they all have names and like a little story about them kind of. And so I'm going to write those and attach them. And then I'm thinking this one is it's so little compared to this one, which is interesting because like the cables took quite a bit of time on this one and this one seemed quite big. And so it took time, I guess, in that regard, but there's a lot more fiddly bits on this one but it looks less impressive, I guess, than these ones. So anyways, I might add a loop onto this one so that it could be more like a Christmas tree ornament. I think that would make more sense, just based on the size of it. So anyways, I finished those, took a couple pictures, and yesterday I also decided to add ribbing to the top of my Christmas socks that I had made. I had just initially bound them off and was just going to leave it. They didn't stay up. The one of them must be like just a tad looser, or my calves are slightly different sizes, which is totally possible. But they wouldn't stay up. And so they were like slouching down, and that was annoying. So I think that the ribbing on that will help a little bit. So it took me like 20 minutes maybe. It probably took longer than that actually, but it didn't feel that long. So I got both of those done. I was going to wear these today. I considered wearing them. I'm wearing a skirt today. And so I could wear these, my knee-high Christmas socks, but I opted not to. Let's find, I knit Naughty the ear flap gnome. Naughty has a nose for adventure. She likes to walk to the cafe for a cup of acorn and chanterelle tea and then sets off in a random direction. She smiles at everyone she passes and makes friends easily. If you see her walking one morning, be sure to chat with her. You never know where friendship will take you. That reminds me, I also went to Duchess Bakery, which is a very lovely bakery here in Edmonton, and picked up a cake for Tom and I to enjoy for Beth's birthday tomorrow. Let's see. Nolan, the swirly gnome. Nolan performs volunteer magic shows at the hospital on weekends. At first, they expected he'd only perform in the children's ward, but he convinced them that everyone needs a little magic and a lot of smiles. And then Nicole, the cabled gnome. Nicole likes elderberry and hyssop tea in the morning and ties feathers in her beard before a disco in the evening. In between, she maps route systems for the Woodland Council. It's so whimsical. It's funny. So maybe those will seem kind of, I don't know, out of pocket. To just have this random little blurb. But if you like, you like buy a stuffed animal at the store, like get a Beanie Baby or something, right? Like it has a little story about it. So same idea. This had the two different kinds of beard options. I made this one initially. Then I had read through the instructions for this larger beard. And so this one, I just steam blocked it, but you're supposed to block the beard first. And so then when you unravel the stitches, and then you get a nice little curly beard. It's so cute. I think that was my favorite part of making was the beards. It's very clever construction for those. And it's like so simple, but it's just clever. So maybe that'll be my practice one.